All right, my bad. My camera's super dirty. Let me clean this up. All right. So this is my review for Barbarian's Adventure in a Fantasy World. So it's a manhwa. Essentially, the plot, from what I remember, is that this guy was born a barbarian. The barbarians are only exist in this zone. It's like an ice zone, right? And then the main character in like the first chapter grinded through these challenges because there is a game screen for some odd reason, and he beats it and is allowed to escape this ice zone. And it turns out he's super overpowered, and he's like one punch man essentially. And then because he escaped, other beings escaped, because it turns out this ice zone wasn't the only zone that was closed off from the rest of the world, and there's like demons or something. And he's like a barbarian, but he's not a regular barbarian. He's an ice zone barbarian. People keep saying he's a barbarian because there's these regular barbarians, and they misunderstand him. And then they're like, "Wow, you're such a cool barbarian." But then I don't know, like it kind of repeats the same thing. It's like he doesn't possess magic or anything. He's just so strong in terms of just pure strength. He like breaks magic with his pure strength. Some bullshit like that. In terms of plot, man, I got no idea what happened. Like he does a bunch of mindless stuff, but I don't really feel a plot happening. I don't really feel something bubbling, you know. I mean, the author told me something's bubbling, hinted at, but really a whole lot of nothing is happening. Nothing very memorable. There's like 56 chapters out. It was a good binge read, I will say that. I'm not even going to say if I was entertained or not, but the time passed, and sometimes that's all you need, I just read that shit for the hell of it. Will I, you know, be up to date with that? Hell no, I don't think so, personally. Like, it was a good 56 chapters, but a whole lot of nothing happened, nor do I really remember much. Oh, maybe like the foundational. But then if the rest of that, it's kind of like in one ear and out the other ear. I'm gonna eventually forget about it, and I'm not too excited in like waiting for the next chapters. So all in all, though, like I think it's great to like pass the time and read it for like a day. If you let it marinate, that's just more chapters to you. But um, I don't know. I can't even review it though because I'm not like really. I wasn't really reading. I wasn't reading it in terms of a reviewer. I was just reading it for the hell of it. The same way I kind of like read. I kind of watch like the AI slot videos. I'm not really trying to critique it. I'm just watching it like to pass the time. But I don't know. Like, do I recommend it? Yeah, for like to like a binge read. But that's about it. Is it worth your time? I think it's worth for passing the time. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it an investment of time. I think it does its job well. It's a nice story that you let marinate and then you just binge read, but keep up to date. Me, a fan of it. Me checking for updates. I don't think so, man. Even if it marinates even longer, I don't. I would say, let him marinate, but 100%, I do not think, even if another 50 chapters get added on, I'm not going to go through the pain of sitting down and reading these 56 chapters that are read over again because there's no way in how I'm going to remember it. But, you know, it's going to be like, because there's already too many of these barbarian stories, man. And it's just gonna be a chore. Like I'm gonna remember stuff, and I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean? And then I read it for the novelty, So that's what I mean. Like rereading it, nah. But once I start reading, I got to see it through. But all in all, I get it. It's an eye story. I can't really I don't know. If you ask me, like the first number that comes to my mind is honestly like a three and a three or a four. But sometimes there's like movies and they give them like a three or a four, and I'm not gonna bother watching this, but I give it a three to a four in terms of like, there's McDonald's. A McDonald's burger isn't like even like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10. To me, a McDonald's burger is a three or a four. But I keep eating it. You know what I mean? Like I keep eating it. I'm hungry. It's cheap. It's right there, and I eat it. It's a good story. You're bored. You got nothing to do. Just see what's going on. And that's it. It's a good story to binge in a day, and that's about it. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And when I say three or four, it sounds kind of negative, but it's not really a negative. It's kind of like, I don't see it as a negative. It's three or four, but I still think it's worth you reading to pass the time. You know what I mean? I love my slop. I love my fast food, and it excels at exactly what it does. But it needs output. If I was getting like multiple chapters a week, I might be up to date with that. But at one chapter a week, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. I haven't checked up. I haven't checked up the update schedule. Let me check real quick. Um, I mean, so we're at chapter 57, right? And I guess the original Raws must be up ahead because in the last week, right? There's been about. Never mind, man. I thought that was gonna be a lot of chapters. I mean, that's just three chapters, three or four chapters in the last week. So I don't know. I say let it marinate till it hits about 100, and then just go at it. I would say it's not worth reading until it hits like around 100 chapters, and then just do that shit in one go. That's it. Bye.